This is lesson 4, part 5. We're on step 4. Complete book, pages 448 to 453. I'm on the top of page 448, and it says open up 415 all the way down. Here it is, 415. Click on it and open. And then save it as Simple Masks. So I have it saved as Simple Masks in my lesson 4 folder in the Illustrator book lessons, and hit save. Hit OK. I'm going to go ahead and double click the hand tool and move this over a little bit so we can see it better. It says click View on the menu bar and go to Mask 1. Step 3, move the rectangle so that it overlaps the gold spheres. So you want to click on your selection tool, click on that rectangle, and then overlap it with those gold spheres. Number 4 says apply the bring to front command to verify that the rectangle is in front of all the spheres. Object, arrange, bring to front. Select the seven spheres and the rectangle. So we're going to click and drag to select all of that stuff together. Click Object on the menu bar. Point to Clipping Mask and make. Deselect and compare your work to figure 73. And it looks pretty good. Click View on the menu bar. And then go to Mask 2. Let's move that over so we can see it better. Select the 3 circles. Then move them over the gumballs. Select the group of gumballs and the 3 circles. So I'm going to click and drag. Then go to Object, Clipping Mask, Make. Deselect. Then point to click Select on the menu bar. Point to Objects, and then Clipping Masks. Apply a 1-point black stroke to the masks. So here's your stroke. Click on it and make it black. Let's see that you've done it to both of these things now. And I'm in my stroke panel. I can see that it's 1 point. Save your work. And then close your document. Let's deselect so you can see what your work is supposed to look like. That's what it's going to look like. And then you can close your documents. Alright, so we are on page 449. Let's click on your canvas. At the very top says complete book pages 448 to 453. So page 449, it says open 416. Go to Open and File, Save As. We're going to make sure that you are not in your Downloads folder anymore. Either go to your Google Drive or your H Drive. And then you're supposed to save it as Magnify. You can see I have it saved as Magnify. Hit Save. It says move the large text over the small text so that both letters G, hit OK. Both the G's align. So I'm going to click on here and then move the large text over the small text. Then select the smaller text and hide it. Select the magnifying glass and the handle Drag them over the letter G. There we go. Deselect all. Select only the circle and the text. So I'm going to click on the circle, press and hold Shift, and select the text. Click Object on the menu bar. Point to Clipping Mask, and make. Deselect. Click Select on the menu bar. Object, and then Clipping Mask. Use the Swatches panel to apply a light blue fill. So I'm going to click on Fill here, and then light blue. Moving on to the next page, we are on page 450. Change the weight of the stroke to 8 points. But we also have to make sure that the stroke is gray. So I clicked on the stroke. I'm going to click on gray to make it gray. And then we make this 8 points. All right. Okay, so we're going to go to Object. Show All. Deselect. Make sure that your work resembles the work on page 450, figure 77 and 78. And then select the mask only. Press and hold Shift and select the magnifying glass handle. And then you can move the arrow keys around, and it's just like magic at your fingertips. So I'm moving the right arrow key, pressing and holding the left arrow key. There you go. Save your work. And then you can close it. Okay, so we're moving on to page 451. 451 at the top, it says Open 417. And then you're going to save it as Mask Effects. See here, I have it saved as Mask Effects in my Lesson 4 folder in Illustrator Book Lessons. And hit Save. Okay, moving on to step 2. Select the 4 letters that make the word mask. So you're going to click with your selection tool, press and hold Shift, and then select the 4 letters. So I have M, A, S, and K selected. Make the 4 letters into a compound path. Right here, compound path, and make. With the compound path still selected, select the rectangle behind it. So press and hold Shift, and now we're going to select the rectangle behind it. Apply clipping mask. Beautiful. Save your work. And then compare your work to figure 79 on 451. Okay, at the bottom of page 451, it says, position the curvy object with the gradient fill over the mask. So I have it positioned over the word mask. So the next thing I need to do is cut this object. Go to Edit, Cut. Then you're going to select the original rectangle. See if I can get it selected here where it actually shows up. So I'm having a hard time selecting the mask and having it stay selected. So I click on it, I click on the mask, I know it's selected, but then I move my mouse off of it and it goes away. So it's not staying selected. So we're going to problem solve here. Let's go to our layers panel. And then this is your clipping mask. We're going to actually click on the rectangle this way to see if maybe we can get it to work this way. So I've clicked on the mask now, I've got it selected, and hopefully I can continue to work now that it's selected that way. Then we go to Edit, Paste in Front, and it looks like it worked. Using the same technique, mask the other objects on the artboard in any way you choose. When finished, your mask should contain all of the other objects as shown in figure 83. So we're just going to go through, we're going to start with these lines, select them. Let's click on our regular selection tool, make sure they're all selected, and move them. Okay. Then we need to have these objects. We're going to go to Edit, Cut, and then click on your clipping mask, and then go to Edit, Paste in Front. And it looks like it worked just fine. Okay, so let's do that to our other objects. So Edit, Cut, click on your clipping mask, and then Edit, Paste in Front. Same thing here. Edit, Cut, click on your clipping mask, and Edit, Paste in Front. And then our last big star, Edit, Cut, clipping mask, Edit, Paste in Front. Deselect. And now we need to stroke our mask. So go to Select, Object, and Clipping Mask. Click on your stroke, give it a black stroke, 1 point, deselect. Let's move this over, make it look a little nicer, and save your work. And you can close your document.